Am I the butthole for kicking my son out of my house after he canceled my job interview? Please hear me out first. I'm a single mom, 45, of a 20-year-old son, Chris. Chris is in college. He studies engineering. Being a single mom at a young age was not easy for me. Despite everything I've been through. Despite my own family giving up on me. I made sure my son got the life he deserves. He is my everything. I worked several jobs that were different from each other's. I was able to own a home after years of renting. And more importantly, I was able to provide Chris with an opportunity for education. Recently, Chris moved back in with me because he no longer could pay rent. His next semester is starting soon. And he's been talking to me about the possibility of selling my house and buying a house in the city where he studies so he will no longer pay rent, and said that it was better to move. I declined for several reasons. 1, grew up here, my old friends live here. 2, the city is expensive. 3, this home means a lot, it represents my hard work and sacrifices. Chris didn't like that. He threw a fit and kept bringing it up, trying to convince me to do it. Last week he kept pressuring me. I told him that I found a potential job at a company and it was an opportunity because I've been looking for 3 months. He took as in I don't want to move because of my new job. But it's not true. Yesterday, I found out that he contacted the company and canceled my interview and then deleted my email. I use a computer and it's in the office so he gets access to it. He told me he wanted to check his college website for some reason and I thought nothing of it. That was the night before. I found out yesterday morning that someone canceled my interview. I confronted Chris about it. First he denied, then he said that the company wasn't what I deserved anyway and I can find a better position when we move to the city. I was so mad at him for ruining this for me and pressuring me to move, leaving me no choice. I felt as if he was trying to sell the house from under me after he said he found a potential buyer and just wanted to make things go smoothly, and all I have to say is yes. I yelled at him and argued with him, telling him that he was an adult and should manage his own issues. Told him to get a job but not expect me to turn my life upside down for him. He yelled back saying I was selfish and I ended up kicking him out of the house. His aunt knew and was yelling at me for what I did, saying I was treating him poorly and he was hurt by me. Just to clarify, his aunt is my sister. She doesn't have children of her own. And Chris considers her as a second mother to him. She's always defending him no matter the reason. He hasn't left town yet and she wants me to call him. And me to mention that this is not how he is normally. I have no idea what's going on, but he was constantly talking about it and was insisting so much it got me upset and worried, honestly. NTA, he is 20. Legally your house is under your name. He is doing shady things like that around your house, then he is being shady in general. When it comes to family, it is difficult to do anything negative, but he needs to learn about consequences. Make him pay rent, a normal rate, no discount. If he wants internet, then he needs to pay for it. Lock your computer, and if he complains, then give him $10 and tell him to go to a library now. For the aunt, tell her that you needed the job, and if they don't listen to both sides of the story, then they can F off. Edit. Obligatory largest comment I have. Things to add. A legit roommate agreement that can save your life if he tries to bring up anything legal, proof of attendance and or proof of a full-time job. Why can he not afford rent anymore? Background checks before both of these are signed. Edit 2. So I am no advocating for him to move in again, but if original post allows it, then there should be rules, and as of now she has nothing that she can sue him for. There was no property damage nor was there any defamation. Oh, I'd one-up that and literally look up rent in the city and charge him that, then be like, why are you complaining? This is what they charge in the city. I slapped the upvote so hard I cooked a chicken. Please accept my poor man's award, trophy. I humbly accept this award on behalf of all the underappreciated parents everywhere. This is like the third reference to slap cooking a chicken I've seen today. Did I miss something? Someone once did the calculation on how hard you'd have to slap a chicken to cook it. That was a while ago. Might just be a coincidence that you're seeing it today. That's so weird. Today was the first time I'd ever heard of it and I saw it on multiple unrelated threads. Guess I'm late to the party. Mythbusters did an episode with that myth in it. r/Utah Loop helps with that. Reddit link. Yeah, I'd have checked there next. There was a related video that was just posted or reposted a day or two ago that I believe hit the front page. I'm always on mobile, so it's hard to tell what front page is and what isn't. Honestly, he should stay kicked out. If he's doing shady crap like canceling a job interview, then he's going to keep finding new ways to be that way. Maybe try to get his mom declared incompetent so he can get her house and sell it. Or get her fired from the job she has to force her to move. He's got major control freak vibes if he's trying to control his own mother like he is. His aunt seems to love him and thinks he can do no wrong. If he's so hard done by, then she can take care of him. My family all love each other very much. But we wouldn't invite that proverbial uncle to Christmas. You damage someone's home, verbally abuse them, whatever, and it's okay because you're family and you're drunk? Yay. No. Doesn't fly. Family doesn't mean allowing them to control or try to ruin your life plans. I hope original post keeps him kicked out. Little crap deserves it. Not kicked out necessarily, but I think it's time for original post to cut the purse strings a little. I'm all for family helping family when they show gratefulness, but it's clear that Op's son has absolutely zero awareness or respect for all that she's done for him. I would just tell her it's none of her business and that I didn't ask for her opinion. Op shouldn't have to defend herself to an enabling aunt who obviously thinks Op's son is an innocent angel. Her son is grown and legally original post doesn't have to house him anymore. He's trying to uproot his mother's life in her town for his convenience, and that's just sorry and selfish. He can move in with his aunt. Exactly. I'd tell the aunt to keep him since she cares so much. I'd also change my locks, never pay for anything for him, and file a police report. He's an adult. His behavior is sociopath-like. Save yourself. There's no telling what he will do next. Not the butthole if you ever accept in your home again, charge him rent. He's being extremely ungrateful and entitled. It is none of his aunt's business and your son needed the reality check. I never expected this from him. I don't know why he thought by doing this he'd be convincing me to move out and sell the house. Moving is not easy. And I believe that it's my decision in the end despite him being desperate. He shouldn't expect me to put everything on hold. Leave everything and move to the city. I would honestly be very careful about letting Chris into your home again. You may want to consider locking everything down. Check your credit, put all your important docs in a safe place, social security card, tax returns, birth cert, passport, bank account info, KR/house title, scrub your computer, change logins and passwords for accounts, make sure he didn't install a keystroke logger, and talk to a lawyer about financial and medical power of attorney. If, heaven forbid, something happened to you and you were incapacitated, the last thing you want is for Chris to take advantage of that and try to sell your house, or clean out your bank accounts. Financial abuse is a thing. And it is common among adult children to take over and control their parents' finances. So you need to protect yourself against that now. I know it sounds harsh, but your son has shown you that he, and your sister it seems, are untrustworthy. FFS, she tried to sell your home out from under you and he cost you a job. Chris is a very selfish and manipulative person. It's absurd that he actually believed he could force you to sell your home and uproot your life so that he can continue to mooch off you. He has shown that he cares more about his selfish wants than the needs of his mother. And I'm betting that he spun the story to come out like the victim here to your sister, who isn't doing anyone any favors by enabling his behavior. I would give her one chance to hear your side, and if she continues to pressure you into allowing Chris to take over your life, because that is what he is attempting to do, take control over his mother's life, and when demanding didn't work, he resorted to cruel manipulation and guilt trips, then it may be time to go no contact with her for a while. But right now, while the hurt is still fresh, please take the time to make sure your life is secure and safe from anything Chris might do next, either in retaliation or as another attempt to take over and gain control. I don't know your son, but it's possible that just confronting him, explaining how his actions are wrong, and giving him consequences for his actions won't make him accept responsibility for his behavior. Him running to his aunt and playing the victim is a good indication that he isn't holding himself accountable for his actions, he's blaming you. So I would make sure you're prepared for Chris to come at you in other ways to get what he wants. I'm very sad for you, but you also need to protect yourself from your son's selfish desire to run your life for his benefit. Edit. Holy crap, I went to bed and woke up to my Reddit exploding. This is my highest upvoted/awarded comment ever. Thank you all so much. I was worried I was taking it too far, but I've seen what damage manipulative people can do when they don't get their way. All of this. He needs an enormous reality check that only you can give him. He looked at you as a resource to mine for his own benefit, and took away his own mother's autonomy, opportunity in life, disrespected her in an indescribable way and tried to take her home and sabotage her happiness for his own convenience, and then he lied about it, refused to take responsibility and ran to his other mommy to tell him he is still a good boy and whine how he didn't get his way. Be gloriously furious and whoop his ass as only a mama bear could. Please. Parent your son one last time and teach him the lesson he desperately needs. Tough love and no passes until it enters his thick skull and it actually sinks in. And check him at every step. He has broken every trust, so revoke all privileges and trust nothing. Freeze your credit, check for identity theft, and generally treat him as someone with zero credibility who you are breaking down and rebuilding from scratch to regain trust. Consider him a junkie for, well, whatever he can mine you for. Therapy is a must. For yourself and him. Ask him why he feels entitled to do this, by the way, after he's done tantruming. Switch between compassion and tough love as needed. It is the kindest thing you can do for him. Please also see if you can get through to your sister, as it would severely undermine the lesson if she coddled him, but I have a hunch as to where that sense of entitlement came from if he sees her as a second mother that cannot say no to him. I'm so sorry about this, you must be absolutely reeling from this and grieving your relationship with him. Edit. Oh wow, this blew up. Thanks people. Just adding to the chorus. Especially if you're feeling this is out of character for him, op. It is good parenting to give him the logical and fair consequences of his actions and make it clear that you are an adult who exists for yourself. He is an adult, and he hasn't yet realized, or managed to talk himself out of the idea, that he has nothing right now that you haven't provided him. This is your last real chance to ensure that he knows this kind of manipulative and selfish behavior/attitude is unacceptable at any level, for any reason. You'll be saving yourself, him, and all the people he encounters a lot of trouble if you put your foot down hard right now. AITA, NTA. My God, yes. Up, you are NTA, far from it. It may not be easy to hear this about your own son, but please understand, this kid is abusing you. There would be no doubt about that, even if he had not cancelled your interview, but in my opinion, that act was the straw that broke the camel's back. How absolutely manipulative and underhanded does someone have to be to do such a thing? I'm sputtering mad just thinking about it. Yes, do kick him out immediately, and also be careful about keys, credit cards, powers of attorney, etc., as others have mentioned. All of this. NTA and all of the above, this is all of your hard work, your determination, and the cheek of him to try and pull the rug from under you. I am confused by his behavior. Where is that sense of entitlement coming from? None of this is his to take. You should never go through life expecting something for nothing. My parents are their own people, and their job of raising me is over. We are now friends, and when the time comes for me to take care of them, I will mind them like they minded me. Yep, this is critical. She needs to get everything set up so that he can't try to come in and control her life, and her finances. These situations can turn so fast into abuse, where the abused winds up penniless after the abuser sucks them dry and then leaves to their pretty new life. Up, please take care of yourself. Not the butthole. This yes. You are NTA. Son is a scary Up, please do this. I know a kid who often stole from his mom's bank account. He would find checks and get bank info. It's not believing it's your decision. It is entirely your decision. You have done every and anything for him, and this is how he repays you? So, say in 5 years he finds a girl and she wants to move to a different city and you're stuck in the city he chose for you by yourself. How is that fair? He is young and only worries ab the next 5 months, unlike you, who worries ab the next 5+ years. Please don't let him dictate your life. NTA, smiley face, thank you for my award. Much appreciated but not deserved. He'd persuade her to move out of the city house so he and girlfriend could have it to themselves. I firmly believe this. Please original post, do not move. Whatever you do, stay put unless you decide to go elsewhere. NTA, But I think you did such a good job putting your life on hold for him to make sure he has everything he needs, that he expects it from you as a default, and doesn't consider you a person who has wants and dreams of their own. If you need somewhere to go, tell him to move in with your sister, and tell her to be careful to make sure he doesn't try to sell her house under her nose. I mean, it's either this or something happened that has made him desperate for cash. Because even at 20, expecting her to sell the house and move just so he doesn't pay rent is really insane. Especially the amount of effort he put into it, canceling her interview, finding a buyer. It feels urgent. I never thought of that. And he desperate to move to a different city. Doesn't excuse anything though. Absolutely this. NTA don't let him back in, he cancelled a job interview, then he might do anything to force you to sell the house and move. That's why he cancelled your job interview, so you get desperate and no job, then you sell the house, move to the city so he can continue his rent-free life. All of this because you have a sister that undermines you and keeps telling him that the world revolves around him, and you're in his life to serve him. Tell your sister to move to the city and buy a home for him, after all he's not asking much. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.